Y'all, planning saved my 2024. After an accidental sabbatical turned adult gap year,
filled with creative curiosity, lots of experimentation in business and marketing, as well as time and space for play, joy, and relationships, I can honestly say that if I didn't set time to plan and review my goals, life would be even more chaotic than it already was.
In this video, we are planning 2025 together, specifically looking at business and marketing goals. Welcome to week 4 of the Transform Your Life Challenge. If you're new here, in the past weeks, we've
had an honest end-of-year review and reset, audited our life and business using the Wheel of Life exercise, and set goals and created a vision board for 2025.
You can catch up on all of those videos linked below if you haven't had a chance to watch them. If you'd like some time and space to intentionally review your 2024 in business and marketing and plan out 2025 goals with another group of small business owners and creators, I'd love to invite you to the end of year workshop that I'm hosting. It is a 2-hour workshop hosted on Thursday, January 9th. You can find all of the information below in the video description box. All right, enough about that. Let's dive into 2025 planning together. Before diving into planning for 2025, I definitely recommend reviewing all of the things that happened in 2024. I shared this in videos 1 and 2 of the Transform Your Life Challenge, but truly planning and reviewing and just like looking over what worked well, what didn't work well, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to take into the new year, what you want to leave behind. All of that stuff is what I consider the unsexy side of productivity, planning, and like intentional goal setting. But honestly, those are the foundations of having an action plan that actually works for you instead of trying to squeeze yourself into something that you think might work, but really doesn't. So if you haven't done any review, reflection yet, and kind of looked back on 2024, then I definitely recommend pausing this video, going to watch videos 1 and 2 of the Transform Your Life Challenge that I have linked below in the video description box, and then return to this video once you have done some review and reflection, just so you have a better idea of what worked and what didn't in the past year, so that when you are making goals and plans for the next year, we are working with data and analytics because we know what is working and what isn't. All right, if you are going to watch that video now, I will see you in a little bit. But if you have already done your reflection, then let's continue. Okay, y'all, I am going to take you into my Notion dashboard again. Where am I? Okay, we are here, and here is my 2025 planning and goals dashboard. So in the last video, we set up personal, lifestyle, and professional / business goals. We filled in intentions to keep top of mind, and then I created an Audacity list, which is kind of like, I guess I am considering it my like stretch goals. So what I'm going to do now is we're gonna plan my business and marketing together. Oh yeah, and this is my beautiful vision board. Okay, so I wanna plan out at least the first quarter of next year with you all and kind of like break things down. So I created a business and marketing dashboard, which is where I'm going to keep track of everything. I need to kind of like link some of these things. So my project management tool, CRM, all of that stuff. Here I need to link the marketing stuff, and then I want to also link my finances. But what I really want to do is basically just fill out the business goals section again. So I'm going to copy and paste the goals that I came up with last time, and then I'm going to break them down into quarterly goals or like quarterly focus. And then what I want to do is go into my business and marketing Q1 January to March and break that down even further so that I can kind of see what all of the action steps are for my goals. So then I can track them and kind of just see the progress. So let's go back to my planning and goals dashboard. And what I'm going to do is just copy this over into my business and marketing dashboard. And then I think I had some Audacity list stuff in here. So I'm just going to copy all of it, and then I'm going to go through and edit it a little bit more. Okay, so I think this is good. I'm going to actually remove this because I don't think it really applies to business. Go on a creator trip with friends. Again, I'm going to delete that. I'm also going to delete this. And then everything else I'm going to keep for my business goals. So I want to have a paid community or subscription. I want to create mixed income streams, attend a real business retreat. Actually, I'm going to remove this because I feel like this is just something that I want to do. It's not really like something that I want to strive for. If it happens, it happens. Build up un café y sol. So I'm actually going to remove this for now. Because I feel like this is something that I need to talk about with my co-founder, Camila. So we will do that for Un Café Sol on our own. I'm keeping this, bring in 4K euros a month, sell at a market in Toledo, design and sell my own bullet journal planner for 2026, digital shop, and then I like having these number goals here for subscribers on YouTube and then email subscribers. Okay, so now that I know what my goals are, I actually want to break it down into quarters, because what I found is that if I don't have things broken down into quarters, then I basically end up thinking that everything is a priority and you all know that if everything is a priority, then nothing is a priority. So we do not want that. So I'm gonna break this down into the quarters, and then I think I'll have to do this off camera, but I want to break it down again by month, and then we're gonna go into the quarterly overview. So BRB, let me fill this in, and then we'll check back in for the business and marketing Q1 overview with like action steps and everything else. So we have broken down the goals in general into quarters. So for quarter one, I want to revamp the Quirky Pineapple Studio, come up with a new strategy. I want to set up basically like all of the back end stuff. So setting up mixed income stream plan, figuring out what that's going to look like, what offers are going to look like. And then I also want to create an aggressive content plan and schedule. Basically this past year, since I was kind of like on an adult gap year, figuring things out, I didn't really share a lot of content, and I feel like I have so much stuff that I want to share. I want to take you all on the behind the scenes of how I am building certain things, sharing like what my thought process is, and I just like, I don't know, I did not feel like doing any of that this year, and I really want to change that because I do love sharing like the behind the scenes of how I'm doing stuff and like the process. So that's kind of what I want to do for quarter one, is again, all of the back end stuff and kind of just like creating a plan and a foundation to build upon. And then in quarter two, I want to prep for a market in Toledo. It's going to start getting warm again here in Spain. And that's when we have like new markets popping up, like artisan markets. So I want to prep for a market in Toledo. That's like my stretch goal. I want to launch the paid communities and like subscriptions that I am preparing for in quarter one. And then because I want to actually design like a full bullet journal, I want to research that. I put research and design, but I want to do research and kind of like kind of figuring out like what you all are looking for, if this is something that people are looking for, I don't know. So I want to do research on that. And then quarter three is pretty much like summertime here in Spain, and it's also really hot. So I like kind of like taking my summers easy. I don't want to do too much because moving around just makes me sweat. And then also in Europe, most people are kind of like taking off. So I want to use the summer to work on courses, like re-recording old courses that I have and updating it, and then also potentially creating new courses, and then setting up a digital shop. And then I think also once I do research in quarter two, then I can figure out, okay, who do I want to partner with as a manufacturer for the bullet journal that I want to launch? And then in quarter four, I think it'll just be preparing for Christmas markets in Toledo if like the market, like the in-person markets do well. And then we will see. This might change, but I feel good about this quarterly breakdown. I'm gonna revisit this, I think after every quarter, just to kind of see how it is going, if this still makes sense, and then update it. So now what I wanna do is I'm gonna head into the quarterly overview, and this is where I'm going to fill out all of the other information. I think I have to do this off camera though, because this is just gonna take a while. So this is kind of what it looks like. I'm really excited though. So this is something that everybody is getting in the end of year workshop that I'm hosting. It's a 2-hour paid workshop that you can register for that I'm hosting on Thursday, January 9th. And I'm actually sharing this entire Notion dashboard. So it comes with this, and then it also comes with the main Notion dashboard that you saw for the business and marketing. And basically it breaks down into months. So here's the month action plan. If you click on it, it is a template, and then it breaks it down into your top 3 goals and then the action steps, and then it gives you a place for monthly review. I'm going to fill this out, I think, on my own time, but I think this is really good. I'm really excited about this because I think I was getting lost in my own stuff, and I wanted to design something that allowed me to refer back to easily and keep my goals top of mind, as well as a space to actually review that people on my team can look at, and we can kind of like keep track of all these things. So I think this is good. This is the month overview that is like a template that I can just add in for February and March. And then I also created a quarter review plan. So this is something to look at the end of each quarter, and it has like here little slots really to jot down notes, learnings, reflections, something to keep track of. So I've added in like even business performance, marketing performance, things that like I've done in the past, and this year I kind of like totally forgot about. And now I want to get back into it because I really loved doing this stuff. I don't know, this year, y'all, it was a weird year. So I'm excited to use this system for myself, and I'm hoping that whoever joins the end of year workshop, you all can use this system as well for revision and planning. So that's that. I think this is going to be really good. I feel really good about what my goals are for each quarter, and I think when I have kind of like more downtime, I'm going to break it up into each month. Now that we've got clear business goals for 2025, now comes the fun part, which is marketing. So I think this is the first year that I'm not listing out like an outrageous number of business goals. I'm keeping it like quite simple, mainly because I want to have like a really clear focus on the direction that I want my business to go, the direction that I want my personal brand to go. So I'm not overwhelming myself, and if things change, then I can add it into the dashboard later on when I do like quarterly revisions and stuff. So after working with over like 100 clients in small businesses, from product-based to service-based, consultants, service providers, and freelancers, I feel like having a clearly laid out marketing plan is really like the recipe to success, mainly because you have a direction of what you want your marketing to do and what you are doing to actually reach your business goals thanks to your marketing. If you're not sure where or how to start with a sustainable marketing plan, this is what I usually do for myself for the Quirky Pineapple Studio, also with my personal brand, and what we do for our clients at the Quirky Pineapple Studio.
Number 1, block important dates in your calendar. This can be things like holidays, vacation, birthdays, national holidays, travel in general. I like to do this so that I know that these are your important dates that I want prioritized instead of trying to plan launches or sales or campaigns on top of them.
Number 2 is to define your audience. Now, if you already know who your ideal clients are, whoever your ideal community members are, audience members, whatever it is, then that's awesome. Now, this is the time to hone in on who they are even more based off of the knowledge that you learned about them over the past year. This could be information like what your ideal clients really enjoyed about working with you, any market changes or trends, if you see a shift in how your ideal clients buy or consume content or whatever they're interested in, or even if their values have changed or their spending habits have changed. All of this is important information to note for your marketing because it'll help you create a deeper connection with your ideal clients. I personally like to review information about my ideal clients at the end of the year because I learned lots of different things about the clients that I want to work with. And it's not just about the clients that I want to work with or the clients that want to work with me. I think it really comes down to who can I truly support and where I can find like that sweet spot of where they are in their journey and then how our business or my brand fits into what they're looking for. Now that I have done this like a couple of years, I found that, there are certain things that highlight like our unique selling point as a brand and business. And then also I get to see where people are evolving and who will definitely gain the most support or get the best experience while working with us. Number 3 is to pick your poison. I mean, jokes aside, pick your platform. So the rule about marketing is that if you are marketing everywhere without a clear plan and like strategy, then you kind of really end up marketing into the void, and we don't want that. We definitely don't want you to be marketing just to market or creating content just to create content, because doing that honestly leads to burnout, and we don't want that for you all. So I think it's really important to focus on one or a few platforms, especially if you don't have like endless amounts of capacity, time, resources, energy, money, whatever it is. If you only have like a certain amount of energy, time, money, resources, capacity to dedicate to marketing, and you can't like hire it out, or even if you do hire it out, then you can't pay for the whole shebang, that is totally fine. But that's why picking one specific platform or maybe 2 or 3 is probably the best route, so that you don't burn out and you don't end up generating feelings of resentment towards marketing, because nobody wants that either. Nobody wants to feel burnt out with marketing. I mean, I specifically don't want that for you all. And then nobody wants to feel resentment towards marketing, because then that resentment just builds up into not wanting to market. And then it's a whole chain reaction, right? Like if you don't market your business, then you don't sell your services or your offers or your products. And then that takes a toll on like the lifestyle that you want to live. Everything's interconnected. Instead of trying to do it all, here is the strategy that I use, as well as the strategy that I teach my clients.
I suggest picking one main platform and 2 supporting platforms. Your main platform is where you'll share bulk of your content that you can repurpose. And supporting platforms are where you can share content to increase brand awareness and build a larger audience or funnel folks into your offers.
Here are the marketing platforms that I'll be focusing on in 2025. The first one is my main platform, which is going to be YouTube. You all watching this video and this platform. I think having a YouTube channel for me has been just like a dream of mine, and learning to create videos and share videos like this has just been something that I've always wanted to do. I've always put on the back burner, and now we are switching gears, and y'all expect more videos from me in 2025. This is like my main platform. This is where I'm gonna share bulk of my content, long form content, a mix of like personal, business, marketing content, productivity stuff, and journaling, I'll be throwing in travel as well. So this is kind of going to be the main thing. I'm really excited. I have lots of exciting videos planned for 2025 that I cannot wait to bring to life. The other platforms that I'll be using, so these are going to be my 2 side platforms, basically like the supporting platforms for YouTube. The first one is email newsletters. So I actually have 2. I have the Quirky Pineapple Studios like main just marketing newsletter, and then I want to start really showing up for my personal newsletter, which is called Sunday Reset, that you can subscribe to down below. That one is focused more on like productivity, journaling, and just kind of like giving you time and space to dedicate to yourself and just to review before the week ahead. So that one's going to be, I think, weekly, could be bi-weekly, not totally sure. I have to like plan that out a little bit more. And then the second platform that I want to focus on, this is not really a platform, but this is more of like a style type of content. I want to focus on also short form videos. So that'll be just repurposed for Instagram Reels and then YouTube Shorts. And the main reason is I want to use those short form videos to increase my brand awareness and really grow like brand reach. I am really good at creating long form content because that's just like my bread and butter. I am a long form content girly. I love long form content and like totally appreciate the time and effort that goes into it. Short form content just takes me a lot more like time and energy to produce and put together. But I want to, if I do want to focus on it, which I do for like growing my reach and stuff, then I want to repurpose it so that I'm not just like creating short form content and then it just sits there on one platform. I want to repurpose it so that it can reach multiple types of audiences and communities and stuff like that. And then if life allows, this is like maybe on the off chance that I feel like it, then I want to also dedicate more time to my LinkedIn. I feel like LinkedIn is such an untapped platform when it comes to social media. Everybody's always so obsessed with like Instagram and TikTok and all of that stuff, but LinkedIn is a great platform, especially if you want to build your thought leadership. And I want to build my thought leadership, and I want to make connections with like companies, with B2B brands, not just so much like B2C and individuals. I really want to connect with more of like the decision makers when it comes to brands and like marketing, so that I can bring in more of like a strategic approach and not just focus on like selling my offers and stuff. Maybe I can come in and do consulting, or maybe I can help with like facilitating something or teaching a marketing workshop on a like inclusive marketing. So those are my goals and my platforms for 2025.
Number 4 is plan your content. Finally, here is the fun part, mapping out key campaigns, launches, sales, anything. This is where I recommend breaking out your calendar and blocking out these dates, or writing them down in your planner as something to block off at a later date. You don't need to get super granular just yet to plan out specific posts or what you're saying, but it's important to plan out any big campaigns, launches, or big sales pushes for the year. The specific content pieces can come later.
Once you've got your goals and your marketing plan set, now it is probably time for one of my favorite parts, organizing everything. I honestly love organizing stuff. I feel like planning is fun, goal setting is fun, but organizing it into categories, figuring out like milestones, check-in points, and then figuring out like specific tasks to get things done and like grouping all those tasks together. Truly one of my favorite things. So once you have your goals and your marketing plan set, you know where you'll be posting, what you're going to be making, and all of that stuff. Now it's time to organize it into an actual system that can support you in carrying out those goals. I use a combination of tools for like my organization system, or I guess you can call it my productivity system. The first one is the one that you all saw in this video. It is my Notion dashboard. So this is for big picture planning and kind of just like keeping the vision alive and clear. I use my Notion dashboard mainly for like high level stuff. This is not where I break things down into small things, because I feel like Notion is such a robust tool that I can definitely get lost in it, and then it just ends up being like pages within pages within pages, and we don't need to be clicking so many times into something. So Notion is for my high level goals, it is for big picture planning, and it is really just to keep the vision and return to it often and check on stuff. The other tool that I have for my organization or productivity system is a project management tool. I've used so many different project management tools in the past 7 years of running my business, paid, unpaid, free, whatever it is. And I have found that having a project management tool alongside everything just helps to keep track of tasks, track the progress of larger projects, and then if I have other people working with me, everybody is clear on what they need to do and when they need to do it by. And the last tool I use for my organization / productivity system is an analog planner. So if you all have been following along and have been part of this community for a while, then you know that I am an avid bullet journaler, and I used to track a lot of like my business and marketing within my bullet journal. So for example, I would have like, let me see if I can show you. So here's an October review, and like I would do one side is like my personal stuff, and then on the other side I would talk about like the business side of things, and I would talk about just like celebrations, what I'm planning, what I loved, where to improve, and like reflections and stuff like that. And I realized that as much as I love using my bullet journal for both personal and business, I think the bullet journal, because of just how it's set up and how I like using it, it doesn't capture the full breadth of like what I need to track and what I want to track for the business side. So this is actually going to be the first time that I am taking out the business and marketing side of stuff from my just daily bullet journal. And I'm gonna put this back here. I'm gonna be using a totally separate business and marketing planner for this year to track all of like the business, marketing, social media posts, content that I plan on making. I'm really excited. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I don't really have like a system yet to show you all until I sit down and think about it, but I am using the Muji. This is the first time using it. It is a Muji 2025 monthly and weekly planner. I already have an idea of how I'm going to use it. So I've got like monthly spreads here just for like the calendar. And then it also has weekly spreads and like a blank space. So I'm really excited to break down basically my marketing plan, not only in my project management tool with like specific tasks and deadlines, but do some daily and weekly tracking in this notebook. I think having a separate notebook for just business and marketing will help me a lot, because I was getting really confused in my bullet journal, and then I just felt like my bullet journal was kind of being taken over by the business stuff, or it was being taken over by the personal, and then I didn't have like the space that I actually wanted to plan things. I also think for me, I love having digital stuff, and I love planning marketing in digital tools, but I don't know. This year I feel like I was just staring at a screen for so long that I didn't want to be planning my marketing content in like Notion anymore, because it was just too much. So I'm gonna be planning it in this notebook. I'm excited. So I'm gonna be doing monthly like updates with this one, so you all can see how I use it. I have to come up with like a cool system for myself, but this is the first time I am taking like my business marketing into analog version, because usually I just do it digitally, and I am excited to do that. Yay! Have you ever heard of the expression, the magic is in the follow-up? Well, I definitely think that this applies to maybe a dating? I don't know. Potentially, maybe dating, sending out pitches, following up with clients, checking up on emails and all of that stuff. I also think it applies to your goals, and this is more in terms of what I like to call tracking. Tracking, I think, is another part of like goal setting and planning out your action steps that is quite unsexy, just kind of like what we talked about with the reviewing and the reflection part. This part is kind of like the unsexy part, because while everybody gets really excited with planning and goal setting and it brings up lots of energy of like, oh, possibilities and opportunities, tracking is kind of like the part where you go back and look at all of the progress that you're making or not making, and then realizing, something has to change. And when we don't track, it is very easy to get lost in all of the marketing stuff that goes on, especially y'all, with how fast marketing changes and how fast marketing moves, especially digital marketing. So tracking is really one of the parts that is most important to making sure that we are, I don't want to say on track with our goals, because clearly we're talking about tracking and like, can you use the word to define the word? No. So tracking is really important to make sure that your goals are moving forward in the way that you want them to. And also to check if the goals that you've set like today are still relevant to what you want to be doing in 3 months' time. So while we are in the planning mood, it is time to make sure that tracking is built into your planning and your productivity system.
Here's how I stay accountable. I set up weekly, monthly, and quarterly check-ins where I review my progress, adjust my plan, and prep for the week ahead. I find accountability partners or groups where I can share frustrations and get feedback. And then finally, I celebrate all my wins. Big, small, it doesn't really matter. I make sure to pause and celebrate them.
And because I want to build tracking as a habit in my planning and productivity system, I'm going into my Google Calendar to block off dates weekly, monthly, and quarterly to review and just check in on my goals and the plan that I have. And to make this fun, I am dubbing it CEO date days so that I can actually work on the business and not be like caught in all of the business stuff. Honestly, y'all, seeing a beautifully crafted marketing plan with
blocks for life to happen and unfold, clear goals, a simple action plan, and CEO dates to review, reflect, and readjust
makes me feel so happy. Having this plan and setting up like a productivity system or an organization system to support it makes me feel supported to actually show up and follow through with the plans that I have and go after all of my goals. It also helps me feel like I am creating a business that fits into my lifestyle instead of what I used to do, which was squeeze my lifestyle into all of the business and marketing things that I wanted to do, which y'all led to burnout, and we don't want that again. Okay, I cannot be burning out every year or every few years because I get so excited about all of these business and marketing plans. Not sustainable. If you like an accountability group and a system to support you in building a dream business with a sustainable marketing plan, then I would love to invite you to join Surge Marketing Support Group, which is a 3 or 6 month marketing membership where we basically will be reviewing and setting plans together for your marketing. You can learn more about Surge and all of what it includes, the details, when we meet, time frame, and all of that down in the video description box. I have linked it below. I cannot believe it, but y'all, next week will be the last video of the Transform Your Life Challenge, and we're talking about mindset. Basically, the mindset to adopt to make sure that you stay motivated with your goals, especially if life happens or things just fall off and, doubt and imposter syndrome kicks in. Don't forget to check out the video description box for links to Surge, our marketing support group that you can join for either 3 or 6 months, and also the end of year workshop, which is a 2-hour workshop we are hosting on Thursday, January 9th. In the meantime, if you haven't honestly reviewed your 2024, check out this video for journaling prompts as well as just a step-by-step guide to honestly review your past year. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and check back next week for the last video of the Transform Your Life Challenge. Y'all, I am going to go into my Notion dashboard again and really just spend some time setting up my goals and also the action steps and setting up this, what is it? My 2025 business and marketing planner. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Ciao!